at all at the tournament so far, and suddenly it's become the meta pick in the last 3 games. The draft is done. Game 2 is just around the corner, which means we need some predictions, and that's going to be quite tough, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think the Wraith King is going to play really well into this game. I don't know. It's something about the fact that he's just able to play into that front lines, can soak up, the Death Prophet damage, can soak up the Luna damage as well.
Did we see whether it was going to be a support at the end there?
Yeah.
It is?
Certain it is.
Okay. All right.
The fact that Tidehunter is a decent pipe hero for you, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards Secret. I was really skeptical about their opening and their 4th pickup, but Secret.
Okay, all right. Well, Capitalist has gone for Secret. Jack?
Yeah, it feels like they can probably just outlast this Newbee lineup in a lot of these fights. But I think Newbee playing really well right now. I think Secret may once again have trouble in lane based on the draft picks. And so I'm going to go with Newbee for this game as well.
You
Have you got another shirt? Have you
shirt
really
for
got
this
another
occasion.
shirt? How many shirts have you got behind there? Has he got like the PGL shop
Well,
or something?
there's no more Chinese teams left, so I have a feeling Jack may be out of shirts.
Yeah, well, all right, fair enough. So Jack has gone for the other team, Newbee, and this particular one, and obviously Cat went for Secret. Let's find out as we head into game number 2. A lot on the line right now. A place in the semi-final up for grabs for Newbee if they can win this one, but of course Secret want to tie things up. Let's head back to Trent and Zyori for game number 2.
Thank you very much, Paul. It's a pleasure to be here for game number 2 of Secret versus Newbee. And once again, we'll see Luna. Trent, what are you thinking? Which draft do you favor?
She's back, baby. I mean, if you're picking Wraith King, it must be good, right? How can you go against a puppy Wraith King? So let's get right into it, because they're already rocking and rolling, running around here. They're smoked up from Newbee.
Absolutely.
But they're going back the other way. They're pulling a UE. All right, back we go.
Maybe. Mid one's going to be on the high ground here, so we'll have a great position to try to break this smoke and scout it out, potentially. The Death Prophet loses hers. So it's going to be a tough rotation for Newbee to execute, but they're dropping a lot of pings. And mid one,
stuck.
the good spot is going to backfire, and now he's the one that gets initiated on, but Secret have reinforcements. KP taking a lot of damage, but First Blood's drawn his fate, finishes off mid one. Now Kaka goes down in return. It's a 1-for-1. KP stunned up, but they want Puppy, and they find him. Newbee getting the better of this early First Blood exchange over the Bounty Rune. They will head back to friendly territory after trading 2-1. But oh, wait, it's a Newbee fake back, Trent. They want this bounty as well.
Well, it was the best of scouting spots and suddenly the worst of scouting spots all at once.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was a good read from Newbee, right? Obviously aware of that position, wrapping around with a few made it very hard for that gyrocopter to read exactly how the rotation would go.
Yeah, but Kaka just so quick early on. Means he's going to get to that 3rd bounty rune before they can rotate back up from Secret. But it does look like they will get the matchups they want. Ace is going top. He'll be against the Brewmaster. And then they're going to try and play a little bit of a trio dodo down bottom with the Tide. And a couple risky supports, a Skywrath Mage and a Wraith King. So
definitely unconventional, right? We don't really get to see the Skywrath Mage all too often. I think this hero is the definition of a glass cannon. 0 starting armor, paper thin to physical damage, but if he gets the initiation, the burst can be huge.
Yeah, thing that's nice here is that they are punishing bot, right? They're putting all this pressure, and Earth Spirit wants to just roll on mid. You can see Kaka's there. He's waiting for it. He's got a nice little Death Prophet, but until SCCC has the Spirit Siphon, it's not going to be quite as effective, and that's just too long for Kaka. He has to rotate bot just to make sure there's no plays onto Mugi. But I think with like Clockwork falling off, you kind of look for these heroes up against the Brewmaster to try and shut down that ultimate, and that ginormous silence from the Ancient Seal is basically going to be your answer instead of the Clockwork.
Yeah, one of the classic counters to Brewmaster in that regard, and oftentimes Disruptor comes up, but obviously on the same team this go around. The aggro try will commence, and they're going to put some damage onto Faith. Follow-up won't be there for a kill. But this is a pretty angry tri-lane for both sides, already a lot of damage being exchanged. Trent, I'm curious what you think about the puppy Wraith King. Do you believe in the support Wraith King?
As Paul mentioned, he did play it recently over Cavice, but maybe a little bit of an easier game, perhaps, playing up against some of the weaker teams during the tournament, so maybe testing it out a little bit, but I don't know. He's got a nice lead-off stun, right? Something that not a lot of position ones have, so it kind of allows him to transition over into the support role. And then those skeletons, man, they can farm pretty fast. You get a couple of those guys built up, you might be able to catch up somewhere, get yourself that Blink Dagger and a couple more items.
Kaka gonna walk just a bit too far forward, and this could be a kill going the way of Secret, and indeed it is.
Yeah, nice plays there.
2-2.
Puppy just ensuring there was no rollout potential there.
Very nice. Yeah, that Wraith King stun, not just a stun, but also the tapering slow on top of that, so it does fit the bill for a strong support. Yapzor and Kaka kind of going at it, but it will be the Earth Spirit able to grab that invisibility rune.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny tri-lane that Newbee have been forced into here, right? Like Luna, a legendary hero in the tri-lanes. Oh, that aura. How good it is early on with the blessing. Disruptor, does not enjoy the old try-on-try. And then, well, the third one's even worse. It's an Earth Spirit. But he's making the plays now from Kaka, a legendary hero for him. But they're on Mugi.
Yeah, they're going to go 1 for 1. Mugi falls first and Puppey second. Now it's Faith on the run, but a nice roll from Kaka. They might be able to bring down this big bad Tide. He does have one more anchor smash, and that's going to stop the damage output from this Earth Spirit. Now on the way, it's Mugi that's respawned. They'll try to repel Yapzor, but it won't be successful. And now a double kill secured for this Skywrath Mage.
Oh, and he wants a little bit more there. Some more pressure on the Mugi. Puppey, he's not that crazy.
This is brutal.
You know, he didn't ban Naga in game 1. That was a little crazy, but he's not that crazy. He's not going to dive that tower, I don't think so.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking as we have a moment here at the other lanes, mid seems to be favored for the Death Prophet up against mid 1's Gyrocopter. Fairly standard build here, not too much kill potential without rotations, but surely Newbee will be happy with that. And then up top, it's the Razor versus Brewmaster. Definitely a Razor favored matchup. Pretty much any melee, as we just saw, stealing that damage. But Brew, he's got some presence in the lane. He's still got 14 last hits, 7 denies. Yeah. It's better than a lot of other lanes we've seen for Brewmasters in games past.
It should start falling off, though. Like, the level 1 static link is definitely awful, but once you get up to level 2, that's when you start really taking some of that damage away, and KP just play a little bit cautiously. But if they're so busy bottom with the 2 supports from Secret, maybe you know, you just want to keep playing as aggressive as possible, as KP just saying, you kind of need the support to kill me. So I don't want to give you too much space.
Well, fairly passive early game now that this try-on-try has settled down. It's actually been broken up for Newbee. The Earth Spirit has made the rotation up to the top lane. Seems that Newbee have made the call to try to find a gank on Ace.
Look where Puppey is just waiting, too. Like, from that one moment onto Mugi, a single step out of position, he'll just be instantly gone on.
Yeah, great positioning in the tree line. Here it is, Gush to start things off. The follow-up Wraithfire Blast, Kinetic Field from Faith's Disruptor will slow things down just enough that Mugi's able to make it back under the tower. Difficult for Secret to find those kills with the current lane positioning.
Just pull the weight back a little bit for themselves, though. And
Mid one in some trouble here. SCCC, is this a kill? It sure is, my friend. That's a Crypt Swarm to bring him down, and now Death Prophet has kind of shifted the tides in this mid that felt a little bit more like a wash just moments ago.
32-7 to 17-1. Gonna miss it on some of this experience too, with the tower taking down these creeps. Wow, very rough there from him.
It's a little early to pull up that net worth tab, but he is a full 1,000 net worth ahead of the next leading farmer, who is the Razor. That is absolutely insane at the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, and you expect that to happen if like Kaka's shadowing mid a bunch or something like that, but hasn't really been necessary.
And now in the bottom lane, Faith again initiated on. The trio of Secret heroes have way too much damage for that Disruptor to handle. Paper thin himself, he will take a tumble. Now up towards the top lane, it's Ace versus 2. The level 5 Razor is on the run. Yeah. Actually, it's the other way.
He might not be able to kill, but at the very least, he can't really be gone on until they rotate up SCCC, who has the phase boots after that kill in the mid, so extremely quick. And mid one, very happy he didn't come back to his lane.
And now in the bottom, Puppey actually getting initiated on. Faith gets that kill, but Fata wants to find some vengeance for his fallen comrade. Mugi with a very aggressive posture is going to push back the tide, fighting over the bounty rune. Fata is able to pick it up. He's got stick charges and fused raindrops, but he will get glimpsed back. Faith with the kinetic field, maybe needs to be a little bit careful, but that tide is just too tanky for Newbee to handle at the moment. Haste rune secured by Faith. He will head back to friendly territory.
Yeah, and Fata does still get the bounty rune there with his bottle, so he'll be all right. Healing himself back up. And 3 heroes mid as Ace comes for the party. And, well, SCCC, he's just going to ult top. He's saying, okay, head on mid. KP can hold this wave, try and pull it back, but dangerous with the call down. Split not quite ready.
Faith loses the haste rune and will get brought down. Yapzor able to finish him off with a stray arcane bolt. Secret happy with that pick off, and now they're actually putting some pressure.
We got 4 heroes here
on this mid tier 1 tower themselves. I mean, it's a good play from the Death Prophet to try to get a tower herself, but Secret trying to strike.
The skeletons
early.
Are here.
Yeah, great siegers that they are. Wraith King turning back to the Skeleton King, Trent. We've gone full meta with this hero.
Careful now.
Anyhow, down bottom, this is good for Mugi. You know, not an ideal lane against the Tide Hunter, but much better than that try-on-try we were experiencing moments ago. Secret continuing to stay aggressive as Faith Kind of wandering through his own jungle, bumps into Ace, and going to have to head for the hills.
Yeah, Secret very happy with that trade, though. Yeah, they lost top, but Death Prophet, you know, you spent your ulti for it. Can't do much more during that downtime. You got the mid lane. Takes away a little bit more of the this kind of safety of your own side, and then instantly rotating down bottom. They're just playing kind of like Newbee was last game, right? Very early group up. In fact, this is much earlier still than Newbee managed to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely the smart idea. As we talked about last game, you want to try to pressure Luna, but also getting these early towers just helps the Secret team grab some of that momentum. However, Brewmaster is level 6, will use the split to mount the defense, and wrapping around the backside, it's the Earth Spirit.
Kaka.
They find him, and they'll bring him down.
He walked blind right into him.
Kind of a missed opportunity for Newbee. They will drop the stun onto Fada. That's the boulder toss from the Brew split. Isolating Ace with the Cyclone, so they go 1 for 1. I guess it's an advantage for Newbee. They lose a support, and they end up killing the offlaner.
Yep, fine for them. They defend the tower, and 30 more seconds until Exorcism is back, so they could continue to push here, but if there's too many heroes from Secret, or if they're not feeling confident enough without the ultimate from KP, they can just back it off. But YapzOr, very irritating with his build. He went this the last time, I believe he played the Support Skywrath as well. He just maxes that concussive shot. Yep, constantly spamming over and over. A little bit of damage, a nice amount of slow. And think about how much time that's going to give for Ace, as well as mid one during engagements.
Kind of a cool build from YapzOr also. He's going first item Kaya after the Magic Wand. Doesn't even have boots yet.
Yeah, not something you really consider when you think about like support heroes, but obviously works very well on this hero. Int, scaling into your damage, pretty important.
Yeah, and on that same note, this Death Prophet with all this early farm, not rushing the Yule Scepter, but actually picked up the Hooded Defiance first item after this set of Null Towers. Another Exorcism deployed in the mid lane, but the defense, will it be mounted? Nice. Gyrocopter taking huge damage as mid one falls. It's now a mega kill streak for SCCC, but KP will go down to YapzOr in the meantime.
Yeah, sandwiched in there with Faith rotating, so again, a Brewmaster without ultimate, so not a absolutely massive cost, but they're still here. A couple heroes from the side of Secret.
Yep, Glyph will slow things down a little bit.
Always the threat of Ravage, too, here.
That's true. Tide did just ding level 6, but Fata down in the bottom lane.
He's up there now. He's a big boy. Fat anchovy. Oh, he'll just head up, back up top.
Yeah, Fata rotating through the jungle, maybe looking for an opportunity. Okay, Faith just working on ancient stacks right now. Luna versus Gyrocopter once more. Stacks are going to be a huge part of this game, no doubt.
Kaka slowed down here, but I think he's going to be all right. Rolls himself up there and even gets the stun on the Fada to make sure there's no follow-up gush. So KB with the ulti.
And interestingly enough, even though Newbee had what felt like a fantastic start with this Death Prophet dominating mid, still really high on the net worth chart, it's Secret that are really hanging in there. They had a small net worth edge just a moment ago. And this game is very even right now, Trent.
Yeah, see if Mugi commits into any of the same choices up here, right? It's not sure what he's going to do, but I think the more downtime and space they hand over to Secret seems a little bit better, right? Again, very greedy supports in terms of the Wraith King and the Skywrath Mage. So Kaya, hopefully, going to get some boots for YapzOr, as you were discussing before. He has it ready. And it's all just a matter of the ultimates. We've talked a lot in terms of like China and the Death Prophet and how well they play it in that region. Oh. They just always go right when that ulti is needed.
Roll onto Ace, the follow-up stun from Kaka. SCCC looking to bring down the damage, and Faith with the glimpse will secure the kill. There was also a Brew split, so they might have had that boulder toss, but they find a freebie in their jungle on one of the Secret cores.
Oh, that's a pretty big kill to lose Ace like that without having the Exorcism used. So they smoke up, they're rotating back in towards that Secret side. Up onto the high ground. Might just end up being a vision smoke though. Yeah, very nicely done. They had some vision inside the jungle too, so they might have just caught a glimpses to like those movements, and then suddenly those heroes don't show up anywhere else, so they're kind of like, yeah, they're definitely prepping for a smoke. But likewise, they're going to go over a Newbee ward by their own Ancients, keeping an eye on those stacks. They've been prepping for the Gyrocopter. And if they see any smokes in the inventories of Secret, they're going to be aware of what they're up to too. But for now, they'll just settle on a push into the bot.
Yeah, you know, almost a little surprised that Newbee are taking this early game so slow, maybe waiting for that Yule's Scepter on the Death Prophet to be completed. That tends to be the item that opens up her team fight a lot more. But if you've got Exorcism, the Static Storm, as well as the Bruce Split, I don't really see too many reasons not to take a fight if you're Newbee.
Yeah. I mean, the timing was pretty damn perfect, though. I mean, the smoke was almost exactly when Exorcism was up, right? And so had they found that fight, they need it there. And then once the smoke doesn't work, they just instantly say, okay, back into the fight, back into some towers. So everything going according to plan. And there's no really, like, how do you respond to Secret, right? You can't just force into that tower up top. There could be a TP.
Yeah, Blink Dagger on the Brewmaster now. Good positioning from KP, kind of hiding in the tree line, hoping that somebody might come to defend and then they can mount the defense, but seems all right for now. It's just a free tier 1. Newbee open up the map just a little bit more. The mid, the last tier 1 standing now for Secret.
The puppy in here, bravely warding level 6. As most Wraith Kings, not quite spending any points into his ulti yet. Doesn't want to waste it on a bad death. But 2 very nice wards. One on the low ground. Almost never see that one too. But just getting that vision, hoping it's not countered out by a sentry.
All right, slow and steady as we go here. Trent, Death Prophet still very happily seated at the top of the net worth.
Yeah, we're just waiting for that next Exorcism. We're into the little bit of a mid-game.
Yeah, you know, kind of makes sense. Both teams, reminiscent of last game, focusing very much on their stacks, their mid-game economy, realizing how important it is for the Gyrocopter and the Luna, respectively, to get that early farm and be able to accelerate into the mid-game around those core items. I think just like last match, BKB is going to be one of the core, key items in terms of when these team fights start to erupt, as we now see the Mask of Madness secured onto Mugi.
Jeez, I'd say though, mid one getting a lot of the space, as well as Fada when it comes to Secret, and Ace is just left in the dust. Like, he's stuck just going phase into BKB. I mean, he's below the Brewmaster right now. Way down there on net worth, and I guess someone always gets sacked for Yapsor in a lot of the games, and in this case, it's going to be Ace.
Yep.
But if you get that Agnum Scepter, though, man, that item is so good on Skywrath Mage.
Yeah. You know, a wise man once said that it's impossible for everyone to have a good game every single match, right, Trent? Sometimes you got to play from behind and open up those possibilities for your teammates. But here we go. It is Secret with a smoke headed towards the top lane. Right now, Newbee with a pretty good position under their own tier 2 tower.
Look at those wards, too. Like, this is 3 heavy wards committed in that area for Secret, and well, maybe it's going to pay off here.
Well, it looked like a good rotation from Newbee, but maybe they'll get caught. Still, look at SCCC. Nobody's showing on the map. He knows, hey, guys, there could be some trickery afoot. They smoke, I think, out of vision of Secret. They're going to start to back up, but there we go. It's KP in the front lines. That'll be the Bruce Split. Silence on to the Razor as Faith on the low ground drops the Static Storm kinetic field. Ace gets isolated. He'll be brought down first. Fada with a double damage and a Ravage. Will he even have the opening to use it? Boulder Toss slowing him down. Now
nice
the Spirit
Siphon.
Siphon.
The wind.
He's going to get glimpsed back, and this Tide will have no opportunity to use a good Ravage. Yapsor caught by a Yule's Scepter, but able to back up in time.
It should be okay.
Blink forward from KP, has the spit,
Another
and now
Yule's
he's going to get caught by the Yules. The ult comes from Yapsor, but it's a 3-0 here, Trent. 11-8 as Newbee get a lot out of this. They'll now bump into Puppey. The Wraith King does opt to skill the ultimate. He was holding until there, but he's coming back to life. Mid one is respawn, going in onto SCCC, but Newbee have some reinforcements. Ace also back in the fray. KP will be the first victim. So many low HP heroes from Newbee, but they are starting to spread. Mid one able to finish off Faith, and Secret do find the recovery kills they were looking for.
Yeah, they really needed that. A great fight played by KP right up till the end there, honestly. Like, using that Storm Panda so well, but they got a bit greedy. And pressed their luck a little there. That big dive towards the Yapsor.
Yeah, it's still early game, Trent. Those respawn timers are very low, and you got to keep that in mind when you try to follow up these pickoffs. Mugi probably going to spend some time in the jungle, and I guess recovery farm might be a bit extreme, but he is falling behind the Gyrocopter, really wants to get that Dragonlance up. Certainly makes things easier for Luna in these big engagements.
It's certainly not last game, right?
No.
He was out of control.
Yeah, definitely feels like the Luna is a lot more manageable, but the opportunity cost there is it seems like this Death Prophet is the one that's found that early space, and she's still a big threat. We'll see Secret trying to pressure this tier 2 in the mid. Fada with an invisibility rune does have a Ravage, connects on 4. It's a great setup. They get the kill on Faith as now Kaka tries to roll away. The Tide absorbs it. but they don't get much more than the position 5 of Newbee.
Yeah, but they know there's not a lot of catch right now. The Brew ulti's still down for another 20 seconds. That might be enough to save this tower.
Exorcism also down for 20. Eclipse as well. All of those ultimates coming up right around the same time. Seems Secret are relatively aware of the timings, and they are going to retreat just as Newbee have the option to fight.
Yeah, they have quite the possibilities there. 3 spells currently with that 140-ish second cooldown.
Yeah. But also something that Secret can play around.
Well, for now, they'll do so. And the full pipe done for SCCC. So more of the 5-man Dotes coming out here from Newbee. And if they can get some aggressive positioning towards Secret side of the map, all of these wards that Secret have placed down could be a bit useless for them, honestly, as well. Faith's going to take care of one right there, while also getting a stack. What a player.
The what's come to be the standard build on the gyrocopter copter coming from
Prowler,
mid one.
dude.
Sorry?
Prowler got in the way. Come on, man.
Okay.
Yeah, those guys, you know, you just can't stack camp with those dudes. But yeah, you're right. It's FaZe Drums BKB. Wow.
What a
hero.
surprise.
Gyrocopter. You guys seen this one yet?
Yep, and also
it's something.
Razor doing basically the same build. Ixnay on the drums for now, but same general idea. We talked about how important magic immunity will be this game, and Secret are certainly prioritizing.
Yeah, speaking of same builds, Puppy builds Helm on every hero, so this will be no exception as the creep checks it out there. The old Colbo Foreman trying to offer a drink, but they're not having any of them.
Well, now around the Roche pit, Newbee
crack the
committed
whip,
pretty
baby.
hard. The glimpse, that's going to keep Faith alive for now, but Roche falling very quickly. He will go down. Aegis of the Immortal picked up by Moogie, and now it's going to be Ace that's isolated by the Cyclone. He will get obliterated as he comes back down to Earth, trading 1 for 1, but Newbee obviously finding the advantage, still with the Aegis in tow.
Kaka. He was close.
Yeah, looking for that pick on the gyrocopter, but not quite going to get it.
Thought he was going for a TP in the trees, but it was just a long run there from mid one, so he will survive. Just farming in towards that BKB as well would have been a very costly death.
Yeah,
But
Moogie
yeah, they've secured the Aegis then.
moving into a nice triple stack to follow up that Roche, so accelerating his farm by a nice margin. Still strikingly even though, Trent. Feels reminiscent to last game in the way that the laning stage and mid game have felt like kind of a wash, and it could just come down to one big team fight as both sides have so much of it.
And even with just brown boots, Puppy, he's rocking around 392 thanks to Kobold. This guy really doesn't know how to put you into shape, man.
Wow.
Need this guy.
Pretty good. I like that we're seeing teams prioritize the Helm of the Dominator a bit more now. It seemed like sort of a forgotten about item for a while, but if used properly, it can provide quite a bit of value.
I don't even know if you can even say teams. It feels like it's just Puppy. It's just players. And, you know, any hero, he's going for it. Kaga with a cute little blink steal there. But
nice.
it works out for Fada. He bottles a haste rune instead, so thank you, he says.
KP jumping forward. There's the glimpse back onto mid one. He does not have the BKB done yet. Tries the TP, but
this
Boogie
is
with
painful.
the interrupt. Call down, going to slow him down a little bit, but Kaka with that final kick to secure the kill. It's a dead gyrocopter, and Newbee get one more.
Yeah, and that's a hasted tide. It's so tempting. You're thinking, is there a chance? Can we do something here? But he's also been seen under vision, so they'll be very cautious about their positioning around Moogie.
Such a good time to kill that gyrocopter, Trent.
They're going to try and cancel TPs here too, possibly.
200 gold off the BKB, so that really slows down his ability to jump into these team fights.
That's who just link and run away. Neither wants to fight. They don't know what they're going
but
for.
Kaka's here, and he is hungry for a battle. Magnetize comes out. There was a Skywrath mage nearby. But who's actually going to get who? Ace trying to move through the tree line. He's got a lot of stick charges here, but Faith wraps around the other way, and there is no survival for Ace's Razor.
Yeah, you see Ace staying and tanking the death just shows exactly who the core is this game. It's not the Razor. It's Razor support. We got support Razor and support Wraith King. YapzOr slowly making his way into the core role. If he can get there. He's had a very hard time getting towards the Aghanim Scepter after such a strong start. 6-1-4. But Sky, you know, he definitely farms heroes better than neutrals.
Yeah, definitely a hero that feels really momentum-based, can certainly fall off if you take a few missteps. Do you like the build coming out from YapzOr here? The Brown Boots Kaya we talked about, but do you think Ags is the next choice?
It's a hell of an item. It's one of the best Aghanims, honestly. It's can you imagine we got like a silence not only on the Brewmaster, but onto one of these secondary heroes, like just the Earth Spirit or something. Like this is a hero that doesn't build anything up against silence.
That's
and
true.
he just gets that like crazy silence on top of him. The fight's over. 6 seconds of no Earth Spirit. Like you have to be so clutch and perfect every single engagement with the hero.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
But,
I guess
it's expensive.
Force Staff is an item that came to mind, maybe a slightly more economical choice, something that YapzOr will guaranteed be able to get. And speaking of YapzOr, he's going to get caught in the mid lane, and this will slow down that Aghanim Scepter even more as he gets picked off.
Yeah, Puppey's trying a little bit of a wraparound play, but again, all of this vision, Newbee are just almost like baiting. Like they're playing like they have no idea where the heroes in Secret are. They've had this ward up here for so long on that high ground, but they're not really reacting in those like little movements from Secret. They only are going to take an engagement when they know 100% that's going to be good for them.
Yeah, these little pickoffs starting to add up. You look at that gold graph, and this is the biggest lead we've seen yet this game.
Oh, look at this.
As Newbee grabbed the momentum.
Following Puppey when he goes for these deep wards.
Yeah, Kaka stalking him
blocked.
out. Faith going to be right nearby, and now the Death Prophet rotating in, trying to TP. They'll have the interrupt. Nowhere for Puppey to go. They'll be able to kill him once, and hopefully twice. Reincarnation. Will there be reinforcements on the way? Secret have some heroes in the bottom lane, but not going to dive past that tier 2. Puppey in very deep, trying to finish off Kaka. If he could have made that a 1-for-1, would have been huge, but alas, it does not happen.
Well, I mean, they did trade for a tower deny mid, as mid one took out their own tier 2 tower. So
well,
they got something out of that Puppey death.
Yes, something, but very little. What does Moogie have on the way here? Is that a BKB for him? Yep, it sure is. So now Magic Immunity on the Luna, and Death Prophet is very close, actually has it, just needs to grab it from the base. So this could be a time where Newbee look to take a fight. Even the Brewmaster now, he's just a recipe away.
They're going to lose the Aegis, though, so just in time to get the BKB, but not in time to actually make some good use of this Aegis. Plus, they already got that tier 2 denied, so they won't be at the bottom one.
It feels like we're almost in like a BKB meta. It's been a recurring theme of a lot of our casts is, hey, they've got the BKB, this is the time to fight. But you look at Secret's lineup, BKB is pretty much the hard counter to Skywrath and Tide across the board, right?
Yep, definitely. And
I mean, this is the game.
And again, that problem with the Tidehunter and why Disruptor is such a big problem is that he doesn't buy BKB. And so if he gets caught out any of these times by Faith or even just like launched up in the air by KP, it's very irritating. You know, you can't do anything through the whole fight.
Also, Ace has now got his Magic Immunity secured. So with that, Secret will smoke up in the top lane.
Well read by Newbee, though.
Except the Razor making this rotation. And yeah, it doesn't look like they'll catch anything.
They see SCC.
Still a hard initiation to make. They do bump into Kaka as he turns the wrong way. Pops the Shadow Amulet. They don't have detection, but YapzOr, he's got an ultimate that works right through it.
It's actually a good thing he used that because the silence on the Tidehunter could have created a problem if he just wasn't able to anchor smash and there's a blink dagger something from Kaka and you look like fools. So YapzOr just guarantees it.
Yep. Only a support down, though, and he'll be up momentarily as Newbee start moving into enemy territory to invade this dire jungle.
This game, Moogie not feeling quite as bold. Just going to go back for his Hurricane Pike, try and keep his distance away from the Razor. Hopping outside of like Ravage AoE, as well as just like Call Down, stuff like that. Nice little game to keep his space. So Secret, they haven't fallen that far behind. They're only 3 kills down, but it certainly felt like the vast majority of these engagements in the past like 10 minutes or so, very Newbee favored. They're the ones who are pushing across the map, setting everything up. It's more so like responses from Secret, and generally they haven't been going all too well. Yeah. Lots of green diamonds up top there for old Newbee. Spells ready to go.
It looks like Secret may have smoked up to try to make this rotation. The top tier 2 tower falls before anything comes of it. And that's just more gold going the way of Newbee. This, I doubtful this smoke will turn into much.
Feels so much like last game where they were just struggling to find that big play with Phoenix and Earthshaker. This time it's just kind of like Tide and Gyro, I guess, trying to like sync up, get something done.
Yeah, looking for Faith perhaps, but great movements. He stays under his tower, heads to the western side of the tree line instead of walking into that danger zone where they don't have vision. BKB, though, is used by the Death Prophet. Moogie going to head back up to the high ground. Ace with his Magic Immunity. The Bruce Split has already come out and will head towards the back line. Great BKB from Moogie. He pops the ultimate, destroys Puppey. The reincarnation will come, and Ace falls second. Fata, he can't get off this Ravage. The Static Storm is so on point. The Tide dies, and now Puppey will get chased down. It's 3 dead for Secret, and soon to be 4. YapzOr left all alone. Will be brought down.
Mid-1 has to fight.
Mid-1 comes back in with the BKB on. Double damage Kaka. These Yule Scepters are doing so much work. Moogie the Gyrocopter able to TP out, but it is 4 down here, Trent, and a huge team fight for Newbee once more.
Can you imagine if Ace just had one item, you know? He stole so much damage during that fight. He had nothing but a BKB, and he almost took down Moogie. It was getting close.
Yeah.
But he's a little too poor, and he is the anti-Luna hero that they've got right now.
That was a heartbreaker for Fada, though. I mean, Faith with the perfect static storm right there.
Yeah.
He saw that tie, do everything he could to try to get out of it and get off that Ravage to maybe reset things, but just not a possibility.
And the 10-second BKB from Moogie. You had the 10-second BKB from SCCC. That fight was basically doomed from the start, but Secret had to try and make something happen here, because if they're even better set. Like, that was a fight where they essentially caught Newbee out.
Yeah, we got a replay here where we can take a look. So SCCC,
they're so far spread.
Yeah, he pops the BKB first, and it looks like, oh no, that's such an early magic immunity, but it pulls Ace into kind of this awful position. Moogie stops the stun from Puppey, as you can see that slow projectile coming. He gets so low, but there's just no follow-up damage. Fada didn't want to use the Ravage there because he knew it wouldn't have hit Moogie anyway, and now Puppey just gets left behind.
Excellent play on the eastern side of that, too. You saw Kaka rolling and steal a DD as mid one was chugging away over towards it. There could have been a chance maybe he had a little bit of cleanup, too, but Kaka once again with the saves.
Yeah, you know, like if that gyrocopter gets the double damage there, you think, well, maybe there's some potential to at least get a couple counter kills before the BKB TP home.
Yeah.
But in the end, not possible. And looking at that net worth breakdown, it's starting to feel a little bit more like last game, this Luna pulling ahead and still this Death Prophet at the top of the charts. That's going to be a Butterfly coming out next for Moogie. And I think the Death Prophet is working on a Shiva's Guard, and she's damn close.
Okay, I like this choice from Ace, though. You know, he's struggling with the items, so he just says, you know, I got to get a Blade Mail. That's pretty much my only option here. If I can just, like, force myself onto Luna, and she just has to try and kill me, then I have some way to put some damage back into her. And, yeah. Now, of course, she's got the armor. She's got 18 now at this point, so it's a bit rough, but she's not invincible.
It's definitely value town for the Razor. Very easy build-up, gives you some reliable stats. Very much an item that is greater than the sum of its parts since it lacks a recipe. I think it's absolutely the right choice here. Newbee now in the Roche pit. Roche falling pretty quickly, and Secret not in a position to contest this.
Yeah,
Second Roshan will yield Cheese and Aegis for Newbee.
You can see they hit some theories. They thought that there was a smoke coming through there or something, but there was nobody. So, we'll scan used just to make sure it's fine. And we'll have that Aegis and Cheese as you discussed. So, SCCC, he gets the Cheese as you'd expect, and Luna with the old Aegis.
Absolutely. Death Prophet, not a good Aegis carrier, but she loves herself some Gouda there, Trent.
Well, mid one, he was looking at that Butterfly for quite a while. But he's gone for the Aghanims. He knows, you know, if we win this game, she's probably going to be a while. So, guys, what do you think? I'm going for it.
So we've seen Gyros do this. We saw at least one or two in the group stage where they pivot into the Aghanim Scepter after getting that drum BKB. Definitely has some potential, right? Lifesteal from the side gunner will keep you alive while you're stunned. Once you get the Maelstrom, it's double chain lightning procs potentially. So it is an item with a lot of merit. Also gives you a lot of stats, so just makes him more survivable.
Yeah, but as you said, right? It needs other stuff. You know, like Lifesteal, well, you got to get your Satanic. You know, you want a Lifesteal from side gunner, you want that. You a little extra damage with the Maelstrom and the Mjolnir, well, you got to buy that after too. And that's 4,200 gold you're investing.
Yeah.
It's okay, though, for farming when you just have the Aghanims. It's basically like a DD. It's just pumping out these right clicks onto the nearby neutrals and everything. So
it's definitely not a bad idea, but this does open up a window where it could be punished from Newbee. The next 5 to 10 minutes, this gyrocopter might feel a little bit underwhelming in terms of damage output, and this is a time when Newbee will be able to strike. You know, right as that butterfly is coming out from Luna, he's going to be pretty darn far away from that MKB.
Yeah, that is not going to feel good.
Puppey now in the bottom lane, initiated on, Lucent Beam, Glimpse, he'll drop a stun and try to run, but into the kinetic field we go. Mid one's gonna rotate in, they will finish off the reincarnation, but will it cost them? Nice use of the Hurricane Pike, and now the BKB from Moogie stops the potential ultimate from Fada, and now they're gonna dive deep. They will finish off Puppey's Wraith King. Glimpse back, will be BKB'd, but SCCC with the Exorcism on, finds Fada in the tree line. He'll have a Ravage here, but won't be able to use it. Another beautiful Static Storm kinetic field from Faith. Newbee now heading up towards the high round. Both heroes dead, have buyback, so Secret can hold.
Moogie's just breaking the mold, man. He did the same thing last game. All these times you're like, okay, you're supposed to die right now.
Look how fast it fell, though. Both buybacks come. They still get the tier 3, and now the reinitiation. Puppey, this could be a dieback. He's down, out of the game for however long. BKB's still on. Ace trying to do what he can. There's the Ravage from Fada. Connects on a few. Will it be enough? Moogie standing his ground as SCCC comes back down to earth. There's the Aegis as Ace gets low and we see the Bruce split come. Gyrocopter, no magic immunity. He'll fall next. No buyback there. And now
Ace has none either.
He's in some trouble. Could this be the end of Secret here, Trent?
Falling down. I mean, Fada, he's just blinking away. YapzOr, they're out of those racks. They got nothing left in the tank right now. SCCC beyond godlike right now. 16-0-6.
He is just completely zoning the 2 remaining survivors of Secret, and Newbee know these heroes are dead without buyback. As we're seeing this chase onto YapzOr, this Luna is laying into that mid lane of Barracks, finishing off the tier 3. YapzOr not even able to TP home as he gets interrupted by the Eul's Scepter. Newbee 1 step away from Megas now. They head to the top lane, the tier 3 falling quickly. That's
there it is.
It's GG, and Secret take an early exodus.
Mugi, Dota, I mean, everyone on Newbee, honestly, playing so well. Kaka